I'm on a mission to find 2 hired maids of the castle," he said, the words coming slowly to hide some of his northern accent. The richly attired man wore short puffed pants tied at his knees and hose down to pointed shoes. A small ruff encircled his neck, and he wore a velvet tam on his head with a feather. His long, thin nose, with his lengthy beard, made his face look longer than normal. The silk, lace, and feathers combined to give him the appearance of a thin peacock. "For whom do you seek?" the peacock asked, squinting his already small eyes. He motioned to 2 guards who ran over with their muskets in hand. "Anna and Dorothea Montgomery. I've been told they're employed at Sudeley Castle. Their sister has sent me to retrieve them." The man's arched brows rose high. "The Montgomery sisters? Why, yes, they are indeed present." He smiled, his eyes going to a row of windows on the 2nd floor. "In fact, they are in the 3rd window to the right of the arch there." Callum dismounted, holding the reins easily as he walked closer to the castle, Rye clopping behind him. "Could you call them out?" The thin man planted beringed hands on his hips. "I think you should climb up the trellis and surprise them." He pointed to a ladder-like structure that was built to hold the abundance of blooming pink roses under the window. Callum glanced at it and back to the smiling man. "It will not hold my weight." "Oh, it will. I've climbed it several times." Callum looked pointedly at him and then down at himself. "That means nothing. It will not hold my weight." The man huffed and jabbed a finger at the window. "I think the sisters might be in jeopardy up there." Callum didn't have time for a farce. "Who are ye?" "Who am I?" the man asked. "I say, who are you?" "I'm Callum Macquarie, their brother by marriage." "Well then, a Highlander, brawny, rough and dirty." He shooed him toward the trellis. "Try it. I promise it will hold you, and no one will stop you from saving the sisters, who I'm sure are in peril above." "Ifrin Khanil. I shall try the kitchens," Callum grumbled. The man's smile dropped away. "Actually, I insist you climb up now." He motioned to one of his guards, who raised a musket. "Shall we shoot the Scottish trespasser, John?" "What the bloody hell?" Callum said, pulling his sword. The weight of it in his hand sent his blood rushing. "Just climb the bloody trellis," the peacock said. "I am Admiral Thomas Seymour, owner of this grand castle and husband to Queen Catherine. No harm will come to you if you comply. And if you don't, I'll have my guards escort you off the grounds and possibly shoot you." Did madness run through all of England, or just the nobles? If the guards weren't following his orders, Callum would never have believed he was married to Henry VIII's last queen, who was said to be both pious and wise. Callum looked up the short climb through the viney roses. Oh, but Sudeley was a palace, not a castle with any sort of defence, unless one counted thorns as a deterrent. "You're bloody mad," Callum said. "Mad enough to order you shot for trespassing if you don't barge in through those windows," Seymour said. "They will be locked," Callum argued. "They might be open," the man replied. Callum set his boot on the first rung, feeling it give slightly under his weight. He stepped upward, his hands squashing 2 soft roses that released their scent. He'd smell like a damn garden by the time he reached the top. Glancing over his shoulder at the skidding sound of pebbles, Callum saw Seymour run toward the front doors, leaving the 2 guards standing with Rye. The horse watched him with what Callum imagined as laughing eyes. "Keep climbing," the guard holding the musket said. "Dang it," Callum muttered, continuing his ascent. He tried to avoid the thorns, several of which had already raked fine lines of blood across the backs of his hands. Reaching the ledge, he found the vertical seam between the panes, which, as Seymour had hoped, were already cracked open. Wavy, thick glass obscured his view inside. Callum pushed the window inward and threw a leg over the sill. Gasps filled the air, and when his boots thudded on the wooden floor, a woman screamed. Anna Montgomery shoved the young Princess Elizabeth Tudor behind her, blocking her with her own body. Dora grabbed Elizabeth, pulling her back, while Anna grabbed a steel pomander that had been set out for the princess to wear once they dressed her. Before the large man could fully right himself, Anna pulled her arm back and whipped her hand forward, releasing the pomander. It flew like a rock across the bed, hitting the man in the nose. "Perfect aim." "Bloody hell," the large man yelled as the metal ball cracked open, exploding cloves and dried orange peel all over him and the floor. "Pound, pound, pound. What danger befalls my sweet ward, Princess Elizabeth? Open up." Elizabeth ran for the door even as Dora caught her hand.